This just in. Puppy love takes on a whole new meaning in Spain. My monitor's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah.
Baby, I don't wanna hurt nobody. But there is something that I must confess.
Sing it.
To you.
Bring it home.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Ooh. With a little bump and grind.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's a great way to start.
Yeah, if only that wasn't a pedophilic anthem now. Or whatever he's convicted of.
Turns out.
A rapist anthem?
Yeah, you should have seen something wrong with the bump and grind.
Yeah.
You know, something was wrong with it, you know. There's an age limit on the bump and grind. Hello and welcome to the #1 relationship podcast on the internet. Here's your apology. I'm your host, Nate Wazinski. With me, as always, is my consigliere, Levi Garcia, and we are here today. It's a special day. We missed last week, and we apologize.
Sorry.
We're not sorry. You know what? Levi was in LA, right?
Correct.
That's what he told me.
Yes.
Okay. Were you coyoteing?
Did some coyoteing, a little coyoteing.
Needed some money.
You know.
I needed some money, so
I went to Disneyland, made a little road trip, drove, which was probably a mistake, but you know.
That's right, you did drive. That's pretty ballsy.
I just, I have issues with flying, and I'm like, I could do 2 days. We could get, and then we got a car, don't got to waste money on renting, You save money, ultimately, I think.
And you make memories.
Yeah.
Road trips are always the
exactly.
memories.
Like, they suck during, but then once you're, like, looking back on it, you're like...
Start to
It's
giggle.
a memory, It's like, it makes you think, like, should we drive?
Yeah. Remember when you punched me in the face on the 405 during rush hour traffic because we were arguing if I should make a lane change now or in 2 miles? That was so fun. And you start to giggle about that stuff now,
Exactly.
As the time passes. Well, I'm glad that you're back because I really missed you last week. And I'm excited this week, not just because, we get to be together again, but also because I'm really excited to talk about Spain and their animal laws.
Yeah.
Some
exciting things happening in the world.
Very progressive.
Spain might be one of the freest countries in the world now after this new law.
It's a race to the top. And Spain is in the lead.
Apparently, Spain has decriminalized having sexual relations with an animal as long as there's no injury to that animal. And Snopes, Snopes, they like to fact check everything. Like,
yeah.
Is this really what they're saying? Oh, a bunch of right-wing places said it. Let's check this,
Yeah.
And I read their article saying, like, a lot of right-wing places are saying that it means that it's now legal, bestiality is now legal, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't say it's not in that article. They're just like...
They're saying it.
It might be easier to get away with,
They're not saying it's illegal.
They just, the whole article was like, it's just the new legislation is poorly worded. So, like, it doesn't, I can see how you're getting there,
The old poorly worded argument.
Yeah, they're like, it's not that we're making bestiality legal. It's just that we've made it the law worded in a way where it could be considered not illegal.
What that says to me is like, basically, look, one of our high up politicians and or businessmen, we have film of them like making sweet love to a horse.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's probably
it's going to come out.
Goat,
it's going to come out. Probably.
Something a little more manageable. Yeah. I think the horse, that's like, you got to pay extra to see the horse. Like, standard farm animal sex, I think, is sheep.
standard farm animal sex is sheep.
I think.
Okay.
I mean, what other farm pig?
Yeah, I mean,
that's worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Is it?
I don't know. Yeah, they're dirtier. They're muddier.
Okay.
You know, sloppier. If that's what you're into, then go for the pig. But the sheep.
I feel like the brothers in Spain would be all over the pig. You know what I mean?
They might like
over
the
the
pig.
sheep.
They might like the pig. You know?
Over the sheep. Yeah, I think it's. You know what's funny? Because I've always wanted to go to Spain. And now and now it's like kind of freaking me out a little bit going there.
It is like, I feel like a lot of laws, and like we do that now in America too, where it's like you're trying to make like, we're reforming the justice system. Less people will be in here for things that are like not that big a deal, you know? And so I feel like that's what they're kind of attempting to do.
Like,
There's
we can't prosecute all of these cases.
Like,
there's
let's just
so
make
many.
it only if there's injury. That way they're at least gentle.
Yeah,
you
are
know?
they hurting them?
Like, at least they'll be gentle with the animals.
And that's like not...
That makes it less egregious, you know? It's like... It's less of a big deal if they're gentle and, okay, fine. Fine.
As long as you don't hurt them.
You know? Yeah.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah, and like I was looking at the how the verbiage changed it, and it said it's still punishable. Like, okay, if you have sex with an animal, it's still punishable, but it's not considered a crime unless there's injury. So I don't know.
What do you think the consequence would be?
Like a fine, maybe. But fine? Like, how do you get fined for something that's not a crime?
So basically, just you got to pay for it. Like it's like like an animal sex tax.
Yeah.
Spain has an animal sex tax.
That's what it boils down to, I think.
Possibly.
But also, like, it seems like that was another trying to work around. Like, it's not that it's legal because it's still punishable.
Yeah, we can totally still punish them.
It's not a crime, whatever that means.
Whatever. Yeah. If it's punishable, it's a crime, right?
That's what you would assume.
At least,
but they're trying to make it seem like
we're not as advanced as Spain.
But did you see like the White House press secretary read a list of things that she's like lighter sentences for homicide?
Oh, good.
Certain sexual assault things. You didn't see that?
On what the DC bill does, it reduces maximum penalties for offenses like murders and other homicides, armed home invasion burglaries, armed carjackings, as I mentioned, armed robberies, unlawful gun possession, and some sexual assault offenses.
You know how crazy that is? Like they're basically saying, they're like, all right, guys, we're gonna reduce crime. You know how we're gonna do it? We're gonna get rid of laws.
Yeah.
That way no crimes will be committed, and we can say crime has been lowered because you go out and you fucking kill someone.
That's a strategy.
Yeah, we're going to be like, hey, it's legal.
Yeah.
There's no crime.
Okay. Decriminalized.
Yeah, we don't have to keep the amount of numbers for it's going to be categorized differently. So it looks like rapes have gone down, murders have gone down, all that shit. So they can say under this administration, the reversal of the crime bill.
There's less people in jail.
Yeah, less people in jail.
Yeah.
We did that. That's true prison. And then everybody in the hood's gonna be like, shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah. This is what I'm saying. These, like, okay, Spain decriminalized having sex with animals, as long as there's no injury. They decriminalized rough sex with animals.
Yeah.
You got to be gentle, right?
Yeah.
And then we're doing stuff like this, and we're calling it reform. Spain could call their thing they're reforming the laws.
Circus reform.
Too. You know, like we're reforming our laws that way. Less people get locked up. You know, there's less harsh of penalties and sentences. And it's like we look at that around the animal sex stuff, and we're like, oh, look at them. And then in America, they're like, sexual assault,
right.
homicides, you know, they're going to be less like harsh sentences.
Yeah. It also feels like they're moving towards like the decriminalization of pedophilia.
Yeah, I think that's
Some
definitely
sexual-
on the dock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're
Just
going to...
based on what people are saying aloud out in public. Like, there's people allowed to, like, talk about minor attracted people in a way that's not, like...
They have an identity.
Insulting them. Like,
Right.
in a way that's defending them. And that's, like, kind of, like, praised.
Yeah.
You know?
It's weird. It's the fucking craziest shit ever.
And so now it's like, oh, you murdered somebody? How can we make it so that you don't have to go to jail for as long? Because you'll learn your lesson after 10 years, 15 years, you know?
It's, yeah. I don't know what
How
the
long
fuck
did it take
is
to learn
going
your
on.
lesson? I always did think that the time that people went to jail was a long time. It felt like excessive.
Yeah.
You know, like
So
if
is
I-
death, though.
yeah, but like,
I mean, it's
let's think
wild.
about like burglary. Like, let's say you get 5 years. I'm good after 1. Like, if I robbed somebody and I got caught and now I got to go to jail, I'll learn my lesson after 1 year. Not even a year. A few months, you know? Where I'm like, okay, this sucks, not worth it, never doing it again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta be in there for 5 years of my life. Like, that feels like excessive for certain crimes.
Sure. When you get out of jail after 5 years, are you going, that wasn't so bad? Or are you going, that was a long fucking time. I don't ever want to go back?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, but if you feel that way after 1, you're definitely going to feel that way after 5, right? But the problem is these people go in there and they don't learn they're like, fuck,
right.
I'm never
That's what
going
I'm
back.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't learn their lessons, but I do, you know? Like,
So how do you differentiate between those who learn their
that's
lessons?
the problem, right? There's all these laws that I feel like apply to certain people,
Certain people.
but not me.
yeah.
Like, I don't believe that all laws apply to all people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like there shouldn't, let's say, like, in a perfect world, there shouldn't have to be a law saying don't have sex with animals.
Right.
There shouldn't have to be a law.
Right.
But now there is a law saying don't have sex with animals because somebody's gonna do it,
Yeah.
right? Or someone did it. I don't need that law
Yeah.
in my life. Like, it doesn't apply to me, never would.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that's how I feel about a lot of the laws. Like, okay, like, technically I'm not supposed to do this, but this law was made for this type of person
Right.
who would take it to this extent. I'm not that person, so it doesn't apply, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about a lot of the laws, which it's like, that's bad, probably. 'cause
Yeah.
then
Like drunk driving.
Who decides which laws, you know, people follow and which laws aren't for certain people?
Mm-hmm.
But I trust, you know, I'm just going to do what I got to do, you know?
That's what
I'm not
lands
following
people in
every-
jail now.
I'm not following all these stupid laws.
Well, see in 5 to 10.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I don't think I would fare well in jail. But also, actually, I think I'd be all right. But
I'd figure it out.
I would adjust.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But I think also, like, I'm also terrified of jail.
Yeah.
You know what I
don't
mean?
Want to go.
Yeah, like one
But
of
that's
my,
why you don't get caught, you know?
yeah, one of my biggest fears is like going to prison for something that I didn't fucking do.
Yeah.
Me and my brother-in-law Jimmy talk
That
about
would
this
be-
all the time.
Yeah, that would be intense. There's a show I watched recently that happened. A guy got 15. Oh, a movie. The movie it's called Lincoln Lawyer with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Octomom.
No, but one of his clients gets 15 years for a murder he didn't do, and it's just like, at a certain point he realizes he didn't do it, and he's like, how do I get him out? You know, like, yeah, that would be the worst.
That would be way bad. Or especially if like the government set you up.
And there's absolutely no chance that you're gonna be
Yeah.
able to beat it. Yeah.
And they're gonna put you in some federal fucking prison. A federal fucking prison. Like, it's gonna be known for,
yeah, like, you can't get out.
Yeah.
There's no escapes.
you can't get out, and they're gonna get in, if you know what I'm saying. Like the prisoners in your butt.
So, like, So they're trying to like make these laws that are like less harsh on the people who need to be punished, right?
Yeah.
Which in some cases that's probably good. In the case of like having sex with animals, it feels like it's not good. In the
Right.
case of like murders and sexual assaults and things like that, keep them harsh, you know? I think it's probably fine.
Yeah, I mean, don't you think it feels like the U.S. is in a race with Spain to virtue signal their way to the top?
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
Well, that's how we get all this weird stuff. It's like, oh no, we're cool with that. Like that makes you cool. Like, oh no, oh that what happened? I'm cool with that. You know, we're like trying
Yeah.
to be the cool mom
yeah,
as a country.
yeah. What was
in
that movie?
society, just like, oh, I let my daughter have sex, you know, like
Yeah.
that's how we're trying to be as a country, where it's like, oh, we're cool with that. Just everything has to be like, there's a carve out for this, there's a carve out for that.
Yeah.
You know, just like, you need any condoms, honey? You know,
Animals? Very cool.
yeah, like whatever, you know, like not for me, but like, I could see how somebody who really loves
Not a judge.
their animals, you know, might have those urges, you know?
Who really loves their animals? Who really loves their
And
animals?
it's like the more degenerate stuff you are willing to just like write off and accept and be like, you know, it doesn't bother me. I'm cool with it. The like better you are as a person in today's like virtue signaling religious society that we live in.
Right. Yeah. Well, Spain. Another reason how they could have come up with this too is like, you know, they have more bars per capita than any other country in the entire world.
Spain does?
Yeah. So like, you know, the Spaniard goes in.
They're more willing to have sex with animals.
They're more willing.
Because they're inebriated.
Yeah. You go 15 feet and there's another bar.
Yeah.
Pretty soon at the end of the night, you're looking around at some of these Spanish women, and a lot of them probably not Spanish. I'm not saying Spanish women are ugly because they're beautiful, right?
Yeah.
I'm
They're
married.
Spanish men, honestly.
I'm married. Yeah, they are a beautiful race.
Spanish people are beautiful.
I don't know if I've ever seen an ugly Spanish person now
Yeah.
that I think about it.
Yeah.
So I am going to have to apologize to Spain for that
Yeah.
comment. But I would imagine like at the end of the night, like Pierre or whoever is like looking around going, you know, I've already made love with so many beautiful women.
Right.
Why don't I try a sheep
You know?
or a pig?
There's a lot more countryside over in Europe, you know?
It's very funny to think of a Spanish hillbilly.
A Spanish hillbilly?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's different. It's not like out here. Like, it's countryside.
Worse.
Think about British countryside.
Or
it's like
Italy.
rolling hills with like like clusters of sheep, you know? Like once you leave the city, there's no civilization till the next city. The rest is just countryside with like
Beauty.
a train track going through it, and there's like, yeah, exactly.
Maybe the American rednecks. They're like, we're tired of getting arrested here, ending up in the papers.
This law gives American rednecks a place in Europe that they've actually want to go.
Yeah.
You know, before this, they would never step foot in Europe. They're like, ugh,
Ugh.
Europe? Nah. Now
Yeah.
they're like, wait a second. What's this law? Sex tourism.
Maybe it's not so bad.
You know?
Yeah.
People do that.
Sex tourism?
Sex tourism. They'll go
Where do you think?
to try hook up with like locals in different countries.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You
Like
never
that's a
heard-
thing? I mean,
yeah.
I just thought that was dudes traveling. Like that's what
I mean, that's like
single guys
yeah,
traveling
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
They just try.
But no, it's a thing. Like you go try and find like the swingers of Amsterdam and have like
Swingers of
have
Amsterdam.
like an orgy or something.
Wow.
So now these sex tourists are gonna come to Spain, looking at the sheep fields.
Yeah.
I think in Amsterdam, like weed is technically illegal, but it's
I don't know.
decriminalized. That's how you get away. Like in Tennessee, I went to Nashville last year,
Mm-hmm.
and there were people with like folding tables selling weed on the street,
Oh, yeah.
out of like just like on the street on their folding table, and cops, you know, it's allowed because it's decriminalized, but weed itself isn't legal.
I thought you were going to say because the cops in Tennessee can't read.
Yeah.
It
could be both. It could be both.
Yeah. Because it's not what?
Because it's decriminalized, they're allowed to sell it on the street, just in front of the cops on a folding table, but it's not legal.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird. And so that's why it's like having sex with an animal in Spain is decriminalized, but in a certain way, it's also not legal.
At some point, I am going to become a cop because it's going to be like, just hang out.
Yeah.
Like you don't,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
you better not arrest anybody. You don't, you know what? Give me these handcuffs
Yeah.
back.
You don't need to know any of the laws either.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that person annoying you? Go
Shoot 'em.
arrest them. Yeah.
Shoot them because it's not fucking
Tase 'em.
illegal.
Yeah.
But how easy would it be to be just a cop in an area like Port? I was talking to a state patrol officer here, and he was like, if you're ever getting pulled over, just keep going. We can't pursue you after a certain point.
Really?
Yeah.
Whenever
There's no high-speed pursuits. Just speed up and go. We'll
Yeah.
turn our lights off and leave.
That's the thing I've noticed. I've lived here like 3 years.
Done.
Not even. Maybe. Yeah. It's got to be 3 years.
Mhm.
Close to 3 years. And
Yeah, 2 years after me.
going down to 205, the speed limit's 55.
Is it really?
There's a lane going 70 at all times.
I was going to say, I've never gone under 70.
Yeah. I've also never seen anyone pulled over on the highway. I feel like they're not
They're not.
allowed to pull people over, because I'm going 70
Mm-hmm.
down that, and like without even thinking I'll ever get pulled over.
Yeah.
I'm not even looking for cops.
Mhm.
I assume that the mayor told them to like just like
Yeah.
to let people go. You know, let's stop pulling people over for speeding on the highway. 55, first of all, too low. Too low
Yeah.
for the freeway.
And for 500s like that too. I don't think I've seen anywhere where it is 55. I don't think I've ever seen someone doing 55.
No,
I've seen
that's
people doing
so
25.
Slow, yeah.
Here's the thing. If I'm paying taxes and it's going to like police and shit like that, the last thing I want them to do is pull me over and charge me more.
Yeah.
So fine. If you want to run like a racketeering or like shake me down for tax money,
Right. That's what
I
it
would
feels
rather
like.
have you just sit
That's what it
the
feels
fuck
like
down.
every single time, because I know there's cars passing me, but I'm the one who got ding.
Yeah.
You know, hit with the gun, and so
Yeah.
I throw a fit whenever I get pulled over.
Do you really?
Yeah. I start mouthing off to the cop because I'm just like, here we go.
Dude, I get
Here we
terrified.
go. Really?
Yes, I get so scared. My wife's like, chill the fuck out.
Like you're gonna get shot? Or
Yeah, like my heart starts beating, like
What's worst case scenario to you though?
getting killed.
Really?
Yes.
That's even an option in your head?
Anything can happen, Levi. What if I reach for my wallet a little too fast?
You're what? You're white. They don't care about that.
Yeah, I know, but what if it's the one cop who's like, I'm gonna balance the scales a little bit today?
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
then you were gonna get it either way. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's still scary. It's not
I'm
like,
not-
oh, I know that, so I'm at peace now. Like, oh, I'm the victim, and it's okay. I knew I was the victim going in,
Yeah.
so I had no fear of dying. I got what I got,
I'm not afraid
but
ever.
yeah, I
I'm
would.
mostly annoyed and thinking like, what combination of words can I say that will make them change their mind?
George and Floyd.
I'm like, does it help if I'm nicer? Does it, like, every time I've got pulled over, it's kind of like a new experiment to like, if I'm nicer to them, are they less likely to give me a ticket? If I like am rude to them, whatever, I'm pulled up, you know. And one of the times that I didn't get a ticket, I was immediately rude to the guy.
No shit.
He walks up, like, I had been going, 80 to 70 in the left lane for a while.
Sure.
And this guy's following me the whole time. I'm passing. I'm passing.
You didn't
trucks.
know it was a cop car?
No, I'm passing trucks going 80, but
Yeah.
once I get past them, I slow kind of down to 70.
Sure.
Speed limit 65. So he pulls me over, and I immediately, when he comes to the window, I'm like, I wondered who was tailgating me back there. Like, I didn't know you.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't go whatever. And I was like, I didn't. I would like speed up to pass and then slow down. You were on my tail the whole time. I wondered, like literally the part of the reason I was doing it is because he was tailgating me. I'm like, I got to get past this truck so that this freaking guy
will stop riding my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And then he's like, all right, well, slow it down. And then leaves.
Okay, fucker.
Yeah, like that was it. And
Aye.
like I just immediately called him out for tailgating me, and then he just bounced. Like that was the only time I think that I haven't gotten a ticket. I mostly get tickets.
That's funny. I mostly get tickets.
Yeah.
I went. I've gotten 2 tickets in my life, and I've been pulled over a bunch.
That's it.
Yeah. Because.
Dang,
well,
I've gotten so many tickets.
Yeah. Well, number one, it was cop kid privilege, right?
Okay, because
people knew my dad.
Yeah.
But also that
most of mine were as an adult.
Yeah. Well, I was not in my right mind on one of them. The other one I got was bullshit, and I went to court and fought it like the Lincoln lawyer.
Yeah.
And I felt like a badass because I won.
You did?
Yeah.
The only time I've been to court for a ticket, it's just like you can defer them, and and if you don't get a ticket for this long, you only have to pay the court fees, which is still like $150.
That's so funny.
So I did that for 2 tickets, and then I've had so many tickets.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't even know the number.
They didn't even give you the option to fight it? Like, I didn't deserve this ticket?
No. There's been tickets that I should have gone to court for, but then I was out of town and I missed. And then if you miss the court thing,
it's over.
You have to pay the full amount of the ticket. Yeah. So I've done, I don't even know, like maybe 15 to 20.
Fuck.
And for parking tickets, it's maybe like 30.
Yeah.
And
I
didn't
can see
pay
that though.
any of them.
Yeah.
In LA, it's so easy to get a parking ticket, and when I lived there, it was like, oh, I parked on the street side. Literally, there's like streets there. It's like one time for 2 hours a week, like just on this day for 2 hours, can't park here because the street sweeper. Yeah, so I got so many of those tickets and like just lost them. You know. If you lose them, you can't pay them, and then it's like, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
Where did I park? I don't know. You know, like
who knows?
I don't even own those cars anymore. At some point, I'm going to jail for it for sure. You know, or I'll just
warrant out for your arrest.
Yeah, or I'll just like owe a lot of money. But
Levi's gonna go to prison for more years than a murderer.
Yeah, because of the interest on the
because of parking tickets. How much he owes the state of California?
Yeah, I was poor, so that's why I never paid any of the tickets.
Yeah, why would you pay a ticket?
I'm like, oh, $50 or I can eat for a week. You know?
Yeah. Put me in
I
jail.
Can stretch it, yeah.
Fuck it, I'll eat for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Put me in jail.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like almost a deal.
One time I got one so quick too. I like parked to run something up to somebody's house and like just real quick. And then I come back and there's a parking ticket. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I feel like
following you now.
Yeah, like I'm looking around. The guy has still got to be here, you know?
Yeah, hiding in the bushes. Or they have like a drone that just drops a ticket onto your fucking windshield.
So, you know, I just feel like some of these laws do need to be reformed.
Yeah, if you're going to decriminalize something, decriminalize speeding or
like
fucking
parking. Yeah. Like maybe make it like a 1 day limit, you know, like, oh, they didn't come back in 24 hours. Let's tow it.
Yeah.
Or give them a ticket. But like, as long as we're kind of adhering to what the sign says, cut us some slack.
Yeah.
Or like I paid for 2 hours and I was out for 3 hours.
Yeah. Or how about
Give me that free hour, you know?
It's ridiculous. Instead of trying to jump straight to the top, you know, we're going to reform fucking murder sentences.
Yeah. How about parking ticket fines?
Yeah, why don't we slow it down, fucker?
Yeah. It should be like the price of parking.
Like jaywalking's still illegal.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
No one's ever been arrested for it ever. As far as I mean, maybe the racist cops, they'll like snag one here and there, but like
They'll snag one.
I've pretty much jaywalked in front of cops before. Have you? Like I've walked in front of cops.
I've started and then gone back.
Oh.
Yeah, I get
so you like
I get
half jaywalk.
Yeah, I'm not.
And then,
I've had some bad experiences with police officers.
I've definitely done it in front of a cop before. No one's getting tickets. No one's getting,
I've done it in New York in front of a cop.
But again, I think that these apply to certain people in certain scenarios, right? Like if someone's just walking in the road constantly and like someone calls the cops, there's someone walking in the road, back, like
On bath salts.
give them a jaywalking ticket.
Yeah.
But if no traffic's coming and I checked and I'm crossing the street because I'm a freaking adult, then don't give out a jaywalking ticket. That shouldn't be a rule that applies in those certain scenarios.
Yeah.
If it's some mentally ill dude just like in the middle of the road, scratching cars or something, you got to get him on something. Get him on jaywalking.
Get him on jaywalking.
Fine. The rest of us are like, the light wasn't, the road's clear, okay?
There's no one coming.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
3
yeah.
in the morning. I'm trying to go home.
Some of these
Please.
laws need to be like
That's so funny.
more nuanced, not so generalized, not like this applies to everybody, because it doesn't and it shouldn't.
Yeah, think about that though. You're walking in downtown Portland and some dude high on fentanyl is like taking a nap like in the middle of a fucking crosswalk.
Yeah.
But they can't do shit to him. You jaywalk, you're going to fucking jail, buddy.
Yeah. Got one.
Got him.
And this one can pay the fine.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah,
actually
exactly.
like the people who can pay the fines are the ones who get really penalized.
They're the ones who really
Not the people who are like, you can arrest me, you can give me a fine, I ain't paying it. Like, it's the good-natured citizens that get penalized the most, you know? And it kind of is in the same vein of like, we got a bunch of issues with like clean water here, and like we're giving billions of dollars to Ukraine for the war. It's like we got these laws that are just like irking everyday citizens here, and you're dealing with stuff that only is like murderers or like, oh, this only benefits people who have sold drugs or whatever. Like
the fringe.
They're only trying to like rewrite things that benefit the people who are doing the worst crimes versus like let's make it so that parking tickets can't be more than $10 or something like that. Like
Can you imagine?
Run for president on that.
Yes. How, could you imagine a politician doing that? I would be like,
game changing.
yes.
Yeah.
Seatbelts, optional.
I mean,
If you don't want to wear a seatbelt, fucking see ya. You know what I mean? Like
that one I get a little bit, just because someone could fly through a windshield and kill somebody who was wearing their seatbelt.
what? Like a dart?
That's
like
the
a
problem.
human dart?
Yeah, that's a problem in car accidents. People go through the windshield all the time.
I know, but
if I'm like wearing my seatbelt, being safe, and some guy kills me by coming through my windshield, I'm gonna be pissed.
yeah, but you'd have to be that.
I say
Has that ever happened?
lower the. Yeah, it happens. That's why it became.
No.
That's why seatbelts are a thing. It's not just to save your life. It's to save the life of people walking on the street who like some human projectile doesn't come. Like
I think we need more of that. You don't think we need more of that? Even if that does happen?
I think that if you get caught without your seatbelt, it should be moderate. Like, first of all, let's start with a warning system.
You have to wear a helmet
Where
for
it's just
6
like,
months.
click it. All right. Don't let me catch you with it. And then if that person gets pulled over again for not wearing a seatbelt, now let's talk about a small fine. But it shouldn't be like anything over $50.
Okay, well,
Some of these fines are ridiculous.
you're a gosh damn dictator with this. This is ridiculous.
These are the reforms we need. We don't need murder reforms. We don't need.
How about
we
this?
don't need to make it so that people who should get the death penalty don't have to get the death penalty.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Oh, they're in jail for life instead of like we killed them. what's the difference? You know?
Yeah. One takes longer.
Yeah.
And the
it's the
prison
same.
system gets more money.
Yeah.
And a little bit more work.
Down to.
You know what I mean?
I think that sex with animals should still be illegal around the world. I'm not gonna,
It's a hot take, Levi.
I'm not gonna say, we need to go to war to like really make sure it's illegal around the world.
Goats.
These are signs of the end of the world, right?
Yeah.
Or is bestiality already not criminalized in a lot of the world and we just don't know about it?
I could see Russia not really caring.
There's certain countries where it's like, I could see them also not caring.
I also feel like the Middle East is real heavy on the sheep love.
Yeah.
Sheep love and eating puppies. Like they got it.
So maybe we're in the minority.
I'm okay with that. Like
being in the minority, that it's weird.
That it's weird to have sex with an animal. Yeah.
No matter how horned up you are, it's wrong and weird.
Dude, that's never even fucking crossed my mind.
No matter how horned up you are. I don't care if you're in the desert with like 10 dudes for 6 months and all you got are sheep around you.
And you just like eating horny goat weed every day.
I don't care. There's no excuse that gets me to like it being okay. At all. Like there's literally no scenario where they're like, I just had to have sex with the goat or the sheep or whatever. Nothing they could tell me would make me even have a semblance of, I mean, I get it.
It's cultural.
I mean, what would I do in that situation? Like generally that's where like I can like accept some things that like, okay. Like,
empathy starts.
I'm like, I wouldn't do it. But if I was in this situation, I could see how someone would,
Yeah.
I can't even get there with this. Like,
right.
If I'm in what situation would I ever?
Yeah.
Nothing. Literally nothing.
Cartel gun to your head.
No, kill me.
You just put it right in my fucking brain.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. I agree. That's...
I will die with my dignity. Did
you see that Black Mirror episode where the politician had to fuck the pig on live TV?
Season 1, episode 1. That's the first if you're getting into Black Mirror, you're like, ooh, what is this show about?
Yeah.
I remember thinking like after that episode, like, I got no idea what this show's even about.
I liked it though. Like,
I mean, it's a thought exercise.
Yeah.
Like, what would you do?
Yes.
If you're saving lives, I guess go for it, but
yeah, I'd be like, bye.
Honestly,
yeah, see ya.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the only situation if I was saving a life.
Yeah,
then I might force myself to.
Yeah, I think I value like someone else's life more than my own in that situation.
Yeah. Which is weird, right? Like I wouldn't have sex with an animal to save myself, but I would do it to save somebody else.
Yeah, like my kids or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no question.
But if it's just me, see ya,
Yeah.
Pass. Yeah. Well, let's move on to a different country over there in Europe.
Another day in Norway. Another group of babies left out alone in the cold. Look how many there are. But it helps with their breathing and makes them more independent. So that's why so many people leave home earlier in Norway than other countries.
Those babies are all dead. Did you see the breath coming off of him? Those children are gone. There was no breath above those little bassinets.
And they try to make it like there's actually health benefits to it.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, for the mom.
Like, does every store in Norway just look like stroller parking at Disneyland? Have you, like in Disneyland, there's stroller parking where people just leave their strollers. Tons of strollers, and I'm just like, how is this they trust that no one's gonna steal anything. They'll just leave it, like just leave it fully loaded with like their day's worth of souvenirs and snacks, and it's just like crowds of strollers.
Yeah.
So that's what this is like,
but outside.
Yeah,
not Disneyland.
But they leave the baby in it. Ollie Bowman, the guy who's in the video, told The Independent that he thought the phenomenon was a joke at first. The Australian TikToker explained that he often sees babies sleeping around the cafes and streets of Oslo.
They're not sleeping, Ollie.
Bowman, who says has spoken to parents, explained the babies are left outside as it is healthier for them, while parents use a baby monitor to keep an eye on them. But not all parents in Norway do this. It just depends on their parenting style. So they're over there being all like super parents, leaving their kids out in the cold thinking there's health benefits, you know? And other parents are like judging them for it.
Yeah.
I'm one of the people who be judging them for it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, definitely have some
Even
questions.
if there's health benefits, they got to be like minor. You know, like why you can't take your baby inside with you and then bring it and then just go for a walk so they're also outside? Like they have to be like it's supposed to give them independence, like teach them independence. And it's good for their breathing.
That's so funny. It's supposed to teach them independence. Like
Yeah.
fucking you're on your own.
Yeah, like good luck.
We do that at like 18 here in the States.
Yeah.
They do it at 3 to 6 months in Norway.
Yeah, I hope these strangers walking by are nice, you know, like if you wanted to kidnap kids in Norway,
Just 1, 2.
Yeah.
Like you just go.
they're so trusting over there. That's what I'm saying, like the people who park their strollers in Disneyland. It's just like you're too trusting. Oh no, I got a baby monitor.
Yeah.
I got a baby monitor. I can see. Someone's taking you know, like
Yeah.
like,
No, I got him on the baby.
yeah.
I'll be right back.
That's what I'm saying. Out of range. Signal lost. You know, like
It's like, yeah, that's so funny.
it just feels like this like European thing that they're trying, like some Europeans are trying to do, saying there's health benefits, but it's just like weird. And most of the other people are also think it's weird, but they're like, we're European. This is how it's good for our children. Like they're really struggling to find like culture.
Yeah.
Things that like, this is how a white baby is
Raised.
cultivated.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Cultivated. They also use these
Yeah.
terms on purpose.
you know how like the Native American, they had like the strap in thing.
Yeah.
Like, but here in Norway, we just leave them in the strollers outside.
Yeah. We didn't know what to do to be
Depending on what, yeah, exactly. It seems like some made up thing that it's like, depending on what kind of parent you are,
different. Yeah.
do you want your kid to,
Like, oh, there's health benefits? Well, is there any, like, is there a downside? Oh, yeah, there's a lot more downside than benefits. But there is health benefits
there's
as well.
forgetting and them freezing to death.
Yeah, you're tucking yourself in at night.
Like, I left.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what they're... I left Sven out on the sidewalk again.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I didn't even feed him for 4 hours. I didn't hear him crying. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind.
The health benefits can't be that great if nobody else is doing it.
I don't know. They're tall.
Like, what other country? No other country is like, and you know what? If you have a newborn baby, take it outside. Leave it outside for a couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like Hawaiians are like leaving their babies in the
Like,
surf.
oh, I just gotta, like in America, they arrest you if you leave your baby outside,
It's called child abuse. here.
unattended.
Yeah.
In Norway, they're like, it's just their style of parenting. Okay.
Yeah.
It's actually has some known health benefits for the baby.
Stop judging.
If you keep them on the brink of pneumonia, they become stronger.
You got to find that edge.
You
and
know,
teeter right on the edge
Like
of pneumonia.
if they start to cough, you've gone too far. But now you know. Now you know your limit.
yeah.
The cold is weird, like leaving the baby in the cold. That's weird. But the weirdest part to me is the leaving your baby unattended in a stroller.
Yeah, there's a lot weird with this scenario.
Like the unattended part is what makes it weirdest to me.
yeah. It's almost like they don't think that there's crime or like
It must
people out
be.
there who traffic these things.
I know.
Like your sidewalk sale.
There's like they think that and maybe this is like good on them, like their laws, their whatever society feels so safe
Yeah.
that they can just leave their child
In the freezing cold.
in the freezing cold while they run into the store or something, and it's just parked next to all the other kids, and they're just like safe. But there's no way they're actually safe. There's gonna be an instance. There's gonna be. How long do they need to be outside that you can't also attend? Like if you went to a park and you just left your kid there while you went and did something illegal in America.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine if you just like parked your baby, pieced out for like 15 minutes. And if your kid needs to be outside for 15 minutes, just sit with the stroller for 15 minutes. If you really are a parent who cares about the benefits of your kid being outside, wait with them. They frame it kind of like depending on your parenting style. As if like good parents
Stand there with
recognize
them?
Oh no, like good parents recognize the benefit of their kids being out in the cold. But they'll abandon them in the cold. It's like you can't. Basically, you're just a bad parent, in my opinion, if you do this at all.
I still stay with like leaving your baby outside is weird.
Yeah.
Unattended is very weird.
Yeah.
So just buy an ice bath and cold plunge your baby in at your home, like all of the TikTok influencers are doing now.
If you really want the health benefits, if it's really about the health benefits and not just you don't want to carry a baby around while you're grocery shopping or something like that,
which is,
none of us do.
Yeah.
If we,
it's a nuisance.
If we could leave our kids safely somewhere, every parent would do that. It is believed that fresh air keeps babies healthy and promotes positive sleep patterns. And while the practice is done in all kinds of weather, babies are usually dressed in lightweight wool and covered in a down duvet to keep them toasty while they nap.
I like how they say toasty.
Parents also use rain covers on their strollers to protect their little ones from the outside elements. In response, at least one TikToker shared that the crime rate in Norway is nearly non-existent, which is probably why so many parents feel safe enough to do this.
White society.
Yeah. Babies here don't get kidnapped because no one wants the responsibility of someone else's kid.
Wow.
That sounds like a society where they just haven't had a kidnapper yet. People are still learning about it, like what they can get away with. And eventually this is going to be a problem.
Also, it's very apparent that they don't know what kidnappers do.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're like, who wants the responsibility of
yeah.
taking care of someone else's shit? That's not what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're throwing them against walls and shit.
Honestly, it feels like they just haven't learned their lesson yet. Imagine living in a world where you feel safe enough to leave your baby outside for 15 minutes while you go grab coffee.
Yeah.
That's a society where nothing bad has happened. Have you ever seen the movie The Invention of Lying?
Yes. I love that movie.
That kind of makes me think about like before people knew what lying was, right?
It's Norway.
One guy learns what lying is, and then he's able to do whatever he wants
Manipulate
because he
the
can
system.
lie, and people don't even think he's lying, right? I do believe that there was a point in human history where it was easier to lie to people and just like get what you want because we weren't educated, whatever. Like,
right.
Whoever those first people were definitely lied to some people, right? That's what this is for Norway. Like they haven't learned that about kidnapping or whatever. Like the invention of kidnapping isn't a thing yet. But it also makes me think, what today is the thing that is like lying back then where people are using it to manipulate us? And we don't even know because we don't even know lying is a thing yet or that this exists as a thing.
Yeah.
I think I figured out what it is.
What?
Gaslighting. And we're just now learning
how
to recognize it, how to do it, and we've been gaslit for so long and only certain people have known how to do it right to like make the masses like
Manipulate.
obey or whatever.
Yeah.
That is the new invention of lying. We've been gaslit.
Oh yeah.
The people who learned how to gaslight a long time ago, they've been using it to get what they want, you know. But now we're starting to figure out like, oh, this is what gaslighting is, you know. That's the new lying. Whereas like, as far as human evolution goes, we've now figured out
the social
what
engineering.
lying
Yeah.
is. Yeah, and now we know how to watch out when someone's lying to us or when someone's trying to gaslight us, you know. Because like, there's got to be a thing where we just aren't there yet.
It's got to be so hard though, because like with just plain lying, it's easy to it's either true or not true,
Right.
I mean, sometimes there's a little bit of truth to it, but that's what they call gaslighting.
Right.
So then you got to go like, how do you decipher?
Gaslighting is like lying, but with some truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So like you got to pick apart what is true, what their motives are, where they're going. Like there's so much more to consider with just
And
plain lying.
before knowing about gaslighting, we wouldn't even know to like look for those signs. And so it's easier to gaslight people. But
Yeah.
now we know a little bit, and so they're just, you know, now I can see it, you know? Just like if someone's lying to us for years at this point, we know like they're lying. Like,
Yeah.
we've known politicians to be liars for
That's always been
forever.
the joke, right?
Right, exactly. But at a certain point, politicians, leaders, whatever, could lie to groups of people and get away with it.
Yeah, like we went to the moon.
You know?
Everybody's like, yay.
Yeah.
No,
And
we
that
lost
was
the
like-
footage.
that-
oh.
And that was the tool used to manipulate people, but now it's gaslighting. So what's the thing after that, you know?
It would have to be.
We don't know. We probably won't even know until it happens to us, and then we're like, "Hey, that's a."
Unless we figure it out. It
Right.
sounds like one of the like what is it? The 38 Laws of Power. Have you ever?
Oh, I've heard of the.
Zion's reading that book right now.
I've heard of it. I've never read it.
The rules are insane, but it would be interesting to try and figure out to stay ahead of it. You know what I mean? Because there's someone out there
we could use it to benefit us.
We could use it. Yeah, what would it be though? Like it would I mean, okay, so
whatever it is, it's gonna
progress off of
I feel like it's
gaslighting.
But I feel like it's gonna merge with tech in a way that you need the data in order to really pull it off, you know?
Oh, like a Neuralink situation?
Well, no, like you can notice patterns in people like based off their data. Therefore, you know what to say to them to manipulate them versus like blanket covering a society with like it's gonna be more niched things. I feel like
with each thing, like okay, you lie to someone to get an outcome, right? Then they figure out you're lying. You can't really lie anymore because they don't trust you.
Right.
So then it goes to the more manipulative gaslighting, right? Whatever the next thing is, it's like it kind of takes away a character point that you have. So like the next thing is going to be not that you've been lied to and now you're being manipulated, but you're going to like it. That's going to be the next thing that that gaslighting situation adds on. It's It is a niche manipulation and a lie.
Right, but it makes you feel good.
And you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So you're going to be like, lie to me.
Yeah.
Lie to me.
Yeah.
You're going to ask for it.
I mean, it's like the Matrix movie, the guy who plugs himself back in. Would you be that guy? Knowing, now that I know it's all fake, I want to be plugged back in and not know that it's fake.
Yeah, I think
I feel like I'm that guy.
Plug me the fuck in.
Lie to me. All right? Let me just like operate in this world as peaceful as like, it's a delusion. Fine.
I'll die.
I'm fine with it being an illusion, you know?
Yeah, because think about it. You get unplugged, Ariel, not real.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Your mom and dad never existed.
Yeah.
Your
I'm happy with the
your
illusion.
nephews.
Yeah.
It's like, you go stay here. Thanks.
Yeah.
At this point.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and
so
that's what they're going to start appealing to is like this is what you want. This is everything you want.
What if it goes back around to truth, right? And they're gonna tell you, but it's like there's a different level where it's not. It's like the truth, but it like pinges it, like directs you in a specific direction. So like the Matrix, for example, like they could give you this amazing life. It's all fake. None of it's genuine. And then they unplug you. You see the real thing. So they tell you the truth.
And then you get to choose.
And you're like,
truth or...
Yeah, it's what do you want?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
what
we're saying is that people will be like, lie to me.
Yes.
Like, I want to be lied to.
Yeah. Plug me the fuck back in.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's creepy to think about.
Because, like, I would like to think I'm the person who's like, no, I want to know the truth. Don't lie to me. I want to know real, you know? But in that type of a scenario, I feel like I would be like,
nope, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like,
can I make a request?
I will be like, lie to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I make one request?
Yeah.
I want to live a really long life, and I want my boner to always be like rock hard.
And rich. I gotta be rich.
Yeah, can I please be rich?
Yeah, I would just do the deal they got in the Matrix. He's rich.
Yeah.
Chilling.
He only has to kill a couple people.
Yeah. Gaslighting
the government
leads to wanting to be lied to.
Fine. You want the truth? Here's the truth. We're poor.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to know the truth.
Yeah. Actually, the resources that we've been using to keep all this running, way less than we had told you. And they're about to be gone. You know?
Yeah.
We can plug you into this and like simulate it and you won't know the difference. Or you can be out here with us struggling to get everything. Plug me in. I don't know.
Plug me in.
I guess it depends on what the alternate scenario is.
Struggle till you're dead.
Yeah. It's going to be so tempting to plug in.
To not plug in?
No, to plug in.
Oh, it's going to be so tempting to plug in. Yeah. For sure.
But I feel like the right thing to do would be to not.
Not plug in?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it feels like an ultimate waste of your life when you're dealing in not reality versus reality.
When you get plugged back in, do you know? No, you don't. Oh, I guess you would know.
In this scenario, let's say you...
It's a little bit more difficult of a question, huh?
Let's say you do know. I mean, regardless, when you make the decision, you know. So you have to decide knowing. So you know.
You know what? I'm going to be unplugged. I would have nothing to lose.
Except for your whole life.
But I don't have a life.
Built here. In this beautifully plugged in world.
This beautifully fake world. Dude, and that would make me even more mad and want to get like the people who made this whole shit happen because
you would want to do you would want to neo it.
I want a way better life.
Like, we're going to close this thing down.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Because I would also value my own life a lot less. Yeah.
I probably would too if I knew it was all fake and there was some sort of out. It depends on my relationships, definitely. Because like part of me would like to be plugged in and then just like, let's quit it here in a scenario that I know and am happy and like, you know, I'll ride this out till I die, you know?
Yeah.
But if it's like, and we can unplug your family in like, whatever, you get this bungalow here in the real world.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Then I might be like, okay.
I wonder what the audience thinks, like what the majority of people think. Like if you comment below what you would do, would you plug back in or would you go unplugged? Would you go neo? Would you go red pill or blue pill?
Yeah, that's the question.
Red pill or blue pill, baby?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah. But you do. I think it's just hard to say red pill.
Yeah.
But you would have to.
I'm definitely the type of person who would, but it depends on what I'm losing. 'Cause
what if they were like, whatever life you want, Levi,
plug me in.
Yeah.
You know?
Right? Like, yeah. I want to be
why not?
A mogul that is kind of no one knows.
Yeah.
That's what I would want to be a
But
billionaire.
I can like get access to everywhere on the planet. Like I get access to like the nicest places, you know. If there's an apocalypse, I get access to the bunker.
Yeah.
You know, like I have all the rich people assets.
Yeah.
You know?
And I want I want knowledge to all the secrets.
Yeah. I gotta know what's happening in the world. For real.
And I also want to speak languages. Different languages. Like we were talking about.
Yeah.
This week we would like to apologize to all of the Spanish animals for this legislation that has been amended and not for your benefit. If you happen to see this, a couple tips are get a lot better at hiding. Try and sit in the dirt as much as possible. Anything you can do to deflect these horned up Spaniards and the sex tourists. Anything you can do to detract or at least become more unattractive than, you know, your buddy. I am glad that they made it to where there's no you're not going to be hurt. There's no violence. And I do want to take the firm stance of we disagree with the sex with animals position that Spain is taking. We are against that. No matter how gorgeous you are, you golden eagle of a animal,